Sagis, hi, this is Marta with Universal Power Tarot. These messages we bring you here are supposed to encourage, elevate, and empower you guys. Yes. Sagis, I am so mellow because I just tapped into your energies. It's crazy. I just had this really soft, kind of a flowy energy. It's just, and that's why I'm like talking so slow as well. A lot more slow than usual. Maybe it'll pick up during the reading. We'll see as we go, all right? My dear, dear, beautiful tribe here. Thank you so much for your donations, donating over on Vimeo with not even watching the extendeds or watching the extendeds. Thank you so much for being my patrons. Thank you for your donations in general. Thank you so very much. All right, and yeah, I just want to shoot that out there. Oh Lord. Okay, let's see that one, right? Yeah. So this is a general reading. It may or may not resonate with you. Please only take what resonates and leave the rest behind, because that means it's for somebody else, Sagi. You can reverse the placements and it's not gender specific. Please only take what resonates and leave the rest behind. I think I said that already. I feel like I'm kind of in a loop, kind of loopy, and really like in a weird kind of a state. Oh, it's really mellow, but it's also starting to be like not being able to get my stuff together because of the mellowness of that. That's the energy that I'm picking up on. But that's kind of alright because it doesn't matter anyways, sort of a energy. I really hope I can get back into the energy I was before the reading. I like that better. Alright, you have right off the bat a guardian angel card here with a prayer. There's only 4 prayer cards in this whole entire deck, so this is strong and important for you. Dear guardian angel, help me to believe that all is possible through love. Help me manifest my dreams and live an inspiring and fulfilling life. Help me to feel God's presence in every moment. Help me to feel eternally loved. Thank you for being always by my side. Oh, wow. All right, first card. Are you ready? Let's go. Oh, whoa. Queen of Rods. Yay. So fire signs, right? That is my hippie queen. She's like wild and free in her expression as well. She's not one to shy away from conversation either, but contrary to the Queen of Swords, for example, who is much rather on the harsh side, she is coming from a place of love, from a place like from the heart. She speaks from the heart is what I'm getting. And with this, it's funny, with this my energies are coming back like hugely. Wow. As you can see by my eyes, because I was like, and then as we're stepping into the self-expression, wow, the energy is like this, so different. So it's about expressing yourself and expressing how you feel, expressing your authenticity in society, like really stepping in it here, Sagittarius. Wow, that was a weird experience. It's like being under like you know how astronauts have these things, like being under like a glass container almost up till here. It was really, really weird. So express yourself, absolutely express yourself, stand in your true power and authenticity, and live it too, like show it on the outside here, definitely, Sagittarius. Oh, 5 of Pentacles, and here comes in that weird energy again. That is like a lack mentality, the feeling of not having enough. Now that could have been something that is along the lines of your parents, maybe, right? Maybe that's the way you were raised, constantly being told that something was missing, or having the feeling, not even, it doesn't even have to be like verbally the communication, because we communicate with our bodies as well, right? And with on so many other levels we communicate, right? So that was being communicated to you. I feel like a sense of lack, not having enough money, maybe not having enough material things, and not being able to give emotionally. That's what I'm getting from this here. It's really not the most pleasant energy, I have to say, usually. And here we go, the throat. Throat chakra. Yeah, and they in turn weren't able to express themselves either. So, whoever we were talking about, I feel like this is a childhood topic, and these are your parents or parent, depending on how you grew up, or maybe just caretakers, right? But that's the sort of environment. But that couldn't be like further apart, these two here, Saggy, because look at yourself. Like, it's almost like from surviving to thriving, right? And I'm really reminded of that book from Pete Walker, CPTSD, complex post-traumatic stress syndrome, and where he's talking about from surviving to thriving here, and that's really that, coming from this kind of a stance and then really going into thriving mode. And of course that would feel like being under a cloak. So you maybe in fact may have been disassociating. Could be, it probably not for all of you, right? But that's when you sort of tap out, and your soul actually protects you from feeling all those feelings, and you coming out of that. But that process of realizing, oh wow, I'm disassociating, or dissociating, I think it's called, not feeling my feelings, not being present. It's like really being checked out and not really being present fully in your body, which is what I think I mentioned in the beginning of the reading with the body, right? That's interesting. Yeah, there's something about that. Something about that. And what might really help you is body scans, or our body scans, where you really come back to your body, because that seems to be utterly important, especially when we're talking about mind stuff, right? When something is being superimposed by our mind and we start to believe it, sometimes that's a good thing, right? Because it's a protective mechanism. But in other times, it doesn't serve us so much anymore. So we're also talking about old, outdated patterns here that might show up for you right now. Yeah. And they're not to my liking. Absolutely not. It's like not a good feeling. I hope we can move out of that. And yeah, and quick too, I was just gonna say. And we can. We're allowed to. It's the Sun card. It's wow, that's amazing. So everything that has happened to you and for you, please excuse that expression. I know that can be really triggering, especially if you've been through a lot. It's really hard to see it from that perspective. It happened for me in order for me to step into my purpose, probably, because if some things don't happen to us in our lifetime, we're not seeking for higher knowledge, we're not seeking for spirit's help. We must be, how to say that, and that is a critical topic that I'm sometimes struggling with as well. It's just like, why do we have to go through those things in order to seek spirit, right? Or unknowingly seek for something else, or seek for healing, reach out. And yeah, I don't know the answers, but as far as I'm informed, it's because you wouldn't be on that path, and it's part of everything. It's a puzzle piece, a very important one in a longer journey. And this is really much about awakening here to me today, and it's the Phoenix rising, and it's exactly that one. It's thriving, right? It's totally thriving. And the Sun card, what's on the horizon for you is much, much bigger than what you've experienced previously in your life. And it also is gonna, it's almost like making up for what has happened to and for you, right? It's that kind of a feeling here, making up. It's also in the realms of karma, I feel, where it's just like a turnaround in a situation here, a turnaround in a situation, looking at the Sun, having to be stripped bare, right? Letting go of a lot of things here, and one of the last things, maybe negative attachments, like mental patterns that are arising, and spirit is really trying to help you out here to finally step out of telling that story about yourself. And often that happens unconsciously, right? Super unconsciously, where you don't even realize how you talk to yourself. So that means also really taking the time for yourself, because that's part of self-care, self-love, really sitting down, and especially when we're being triggered by another person, by a reading, whatever it is for you, right? And then we tend to step into like fiery positions, into aggression possibly. And here they're saying, take a step back from that, right? It's totally fine to have that emotion. It's necessary because you want to feel those emotions. They're absolutely valid. And then examine what's coming up with that. And that seems to be the key here. They're showing me that process and you starting to be the observer of your emotions, still feeling them, but not reacting out of them. It's like really when the emotion is here, you're not moving through it and being like, "Wah!" like that, but rather emotion is here, you taking that step back. It's almost like taking 2 steps back. What's the in between though? What's the in between? Observation and then behind? Reflecting. So observing and reflecting, if that makes any sense to you. So it's like emotion happens, you take that step back, observing and then reflecting, and then coming from a different angle, from because you're going to find out something in that reflection, right, Saggies? Something about yourself that is of importance here. And that's going to help you like step into your purpose more fully, step into your beautiful self and authenticity more fully here. I just saw 1111. Let's see. Thank you. Oh my God, yeah. 7 of Stones, healing. You have the healing. Yeah, absolutely. There's huge healing going on for you right now. And this is basically confirmation for what was already said. It's like something, some part of you has to die, and or to transform would be the better word here, I feel, because what has happened to us happened to us. It's just a matter of just leaving, like finding the peace with it, working with it to the point where you're like, oh yeah, now I get what the lesson in this was and how I can transform it into something that actually serves me. And that's what this reading is about, transforming that into something that actually serves you here. So this is full empowerment, and that is absolutely gorgeous. And for that, recommendation is absolutely recommended. And tune in and tapping in with yourself, with your higher self, with your guidance, whatever that is for you, the universe, angels, ancestors, sacred ones, whoever it is for you, right? Whoever you feel more drawn to, that's them. And throat chakra here, like I mentioned earlier too. Of course, there's also healing of the heart and mind connection involved here, but I really feel, although we haven't gotten any swords yet, it's just like I feel this is mental, this is head something, this is old patterns, like thinking patterns that you are currently unaware of or currently coming into the awareness of. And again, the way she's dressed is just so authentic and so being herself and so well-rounded to the person that she is, not gender specific, right? And it is also still kind of in the manifestation phase where you're still yet to step into the full thriving mode, is what that is, because you may be reflective of that already, but your environment hasn't quite caught on yet. So you may still feel like in your environment there's a lack of something, or you feel like there should be more, right? Because you've done all the work, right? However, it's like don't so much trust what you see in your environment. That's very much Abraham Hicks stuff here, where it's like it takes a while to catch on in the reality, like, or in the here and now, like on Earth, it takes a while because it's just so much more dense. Up there, it happens like dang, and it's there. But we're here on Earth, so it's much more dense. It'll take a while to show on the outside, but please keep pushing here, Sagittarius. Okay, you're doing everything right. It is such a gorgeous message that is coming through right now. It's like keep pushing, keep going. And I've been seeing that pattern throughout YouTube. It may be my own topic as well, but it's just I've been seeing it. Like this came to me a lot. Like keep pushing, keep going. You're just right on the mark here, Sagittarius. Okay, right on the mark. It'll come, and yeah, in big ways. Thank you. Yes, exactly. You're right on the mark. Right on the mark. You have the Ace of Arrows, breath of life, and there you go. The arrows is the swords, So, oh my God, that's so cool. So it's you're right on the mark. You're doing everything right. The smoke signal has been sent. This one, yes, has been sent up already here for you. Look, when you were sitting here, meditating right down here, and it's like your thoughts and feelings and everything and intentions and manifestations, they're in the ethers already, in the vortex, or however you want to call that, is there already. You're right on the mark. You're right on the mark, and it's about to happen for Sagittarius, which is so, so cool. I'm so happy for you guys. That's amazing. Yes. That's so cool. And see how all of a sudden the landscape from there's no grass, right? And it all of a sudden changes to there's grass everywhere. It's like Sagi is like, I don't know how to say that. Sagi is like receiving it all, basically, right? That's the turnaround. I hope that's the right word. The turnaround. Or you know how you invest something and then you get it out? That's what I mean. Or turn out. Is that what it is? But it's big either way, and it's almost like it's like magical is what happens. And they're really drawing my attention to the grass here as well in the sun card, which is a major arcana, by the way, right? So it's like ta-da! I did another reading like months ago where grass was so important, and that's what I'm being reminded of. I have no clue which reading it was. It may have been Sagittarius as well. You may, if you've been with me for a while, you may have seen it and know what I'm talking about. That'd be cool. Either way, it's like you're arriving and it's like the grass is parting, kind of a thing, right? It's truly magical, and it's stepping into something very different and very new, but super, super positive. Oh, you have the Four of Stones with protection. Oh. And you may feel kind of vulnerable in that situation and position as well, right? First of all, you are incredibly protected. They want you to know that and you may feel that very, very much, right? It's all around you, and you can always ask your angels, or again, whoever you believe in, angels and ancestor guides, but really talk to your angels and to your guides to give you the protection when you need it, right? When you feel like it, because you can talk to them at any time. They're like your confidants. They really are. And they're very, very helpful, especially if you're taking good care of that connection. But even if you didn't and just started out on that journey, it's the same thing. Wow, I never noticed that before. So you have 3 different patterns here. You have a circle, you have a like diamond shaped kind of a thing, and you have a lightning flash, a flash of lightning. That's interesting too. That's significant, but I'm not entirely sure why. The flash I saw first as this diagram kind of a thing, up, 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 and then at a certain point it may have felt like a long, steep way to finally be up, and all of a sudden you're taking off, and it's shooting out of that. What they're showing me is shooting out of that diagram. It's like from 2D, right, flat, to all of a sudden, what's it, 3D? Yeah, I think so. From 2D to 3D, and it's all of a sudden becoming there's shape and everything to it now. It's not so much flat on paper anymore, but it's like a pop-up kind of a version of this. So a totally different perception that you receive here. And of course, that also feels, Sagittarius, a bit like, wow, where am I now? Because it's completely new territory that you have to adjust yourself to. It's interesting. It just, like the last couple of readings, there's a theme going through them, how we're really stepping up into something else, and how how different it's gonna be, like how very different it's gonna be. And they're expressing it in different words, so I'm not getting bored here at all, and I'm very excited. There's also sun is going to be really good for you, sun and water, because I could see the reflection in the on the stone here from the sun. So it's like really like take evening walks, like when the sun's going down, like bathe underneath the sun if you can, if that's something you can do. Go for a walk by the beach to ground yourself and really recharge yourself. All right, I'm gonna leave it here, although there's of course more cards, you guys. You can follow me over to Vimeo and or Patreon for your extended if you're interested. You'll find the links in the caption box down below. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for all your likes, shares, subscriptions, beautiful comments. I adore your comments. Sending you much love and light. I'll see you over there or next time. Bye.